I know you're growing, listen, Nas,
Yeah.
and you're closest friends of Damian Marley.
Yeah.
What do you think about their joint album, Distance?
Do you know that I'm in the album?
What do you think about it?
Do you know that I recorded in the
No,
album?
no, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. It's a great album.
Great.
It's unbelievable. When Damien was first conceiving the album, he called me and he said, "Listen, man, I'm trying to do an album with me and Nas, and I like the troubadour sound, my album, and I want you to help me with the sounds." So I collected some of the sounds of the album. For example, the song "As We Enter." You know this one,
Yes,
the
of
first single. That the sound.
Struggle continues.
Yeah, the sound comes from me. You know, and I'm singing in 2 songs of the album. Help to. Yeah, but this is great. Nas is one of the greatest, and Damian Marley is, a legend in the making.
Okay. Does in Tough Gong Studio still the Bob Marley shadows?
Does it what?
Shadows of Bob Marley in Tough Gong.
I wouldn't say the shadows. I say the light
Light?
of Bob Marley is still there. Yeah, because we recorded in the album Troubadour is recorded both in Tough Gong but also in Bob Marley's home studio.
Home studio.
Yeah, where he recorded most of his stuff was in his home, and so I had the high privilege of I'm the only artist since he died to have the key to his home.
You got keys from Bob Marley's home?
Yeah, key to the Bob Marley's house. Yeah,
Incredible. Your looks and your sounds very positive. Why you had a beef with Chaos?
His home.
You're shocking me, first of all.
Yes,
how much this guy
I
knows.
noticed.
Yeah. Well, me and Chaos were friends before anything. Chaos had my music, in 2003. And so he wanted to be the artist to release my music and stuff like that, because he had a little label with him, and he used to manage Chaos, and they were working together, had a label, and he wanted to release my music, and we were friends. And then I went to Africa in Kenya to shoot a video for a song called Soba, and the video is about pride, and but by the time I came back, there was a hit single on TV from Chaos, and it was dissing me. So yeah, it was like saying some things about me, and I just didn't understand. So MCs, sometimes we clash. So I said some stuff back, then we became friends again, and that's over. We're both, I think, positive artists.
You wrote anthem for the Football Cup, World Cup. And what kind of sport do you prefer? Maybe it's rugby, which is quite popular in South Africa.
Yeah, but I'm not from South Africa. Since I'm from Somalia, football, soccer is the only game.
Only game.
Yeah, we don't do rugby. It's too much touchy,
In one of your old songs, What is Hardcore, you're dissing a lot of modern rappers.
Yeah.
They answer to you.
No, it's not really a diss. The line about 50 Cent is more. It's more honest than a diss, because I'm talking about my life. I'm talking about Somalia. You can't compare Somalia with New York. So I said, if I rhyme about home and got descriptive, I'd make 50 Cent look like Limp Bizkit. And I met 50 after that song came out, and I felt so bad. Because he's such a nice guy. I don't know if you know, if you ever meet 50, he's a really nice guy. He smiles, sweet. So I'm like, I just wrote the song. It's in the back of my head. It's out already. I know he heard it. I think he heard it or something, because he's smiling at me. And I'm like, hey man, how are you? He's like, yeah, I'm like, now I feel like the asshole, So.
What is your project with J. Period, The Messengers?
The Messengers is a tribute album that I did for the 3 greatest musical heroes of mine, Fela Kuti, Bob Marley, and Bob Dylan. So it's where I take their songs and make new songs from them. So I would take their songs, rework them, write new melodies to them, and then I would mix them with Bob Marley with Fela with Dylan. And the world sounds like they're together, but usually people who like Bob Marley don't know Bob Dylan. So I wanted to introduce them to each other, you know.
And who is better for you?
I love all of them. I think that they're the greats. There are some beautiful moments in the Bob Marley song. My favorite section, even though everybody else likes the Fela section, my favorite section in the mixtape is the Bob Dylan section.
Okay, you're a Кейнана traveler. When your friends will ask you what you take from Russia, what you will tell them?
A Russian girl.
Russian girl.
No, I don't have a Russian girl, not yet. Wink, wink. But I think that first of all, I knew about a little bit about Pushkin from before, and I have a very close friend who's a Hollywood filmmaker who was talks to me a lot about Pushkin because he's very interested in making a movie on him, and I know that Pushkin comes from Eastern Africa, and that he's become a Russian hero, a great, and he's a Russian. So I think that a place that can have him, you know, I think that I would feel comfortable with my music being here because that takes real culture to recognize such poetry. You know what I mean?
Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.